Hey, what's up gang? Brian here, Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Guys, this is going to be hopefully one of my best videos that I've ever done for you guys, and I'm going to try to give you as much content as I can in just a handful of minutes here. I'm going to give you everything I know about productivity, about how I build my business, how I build my lawn care routes. Originally, when I got started with my business, just like a lot of you guys, initially when you start a lawn care business, you're kind of grabbing customers over here. You're just trying to grab as much work as you can, hopefully as compact as you can. One thing that I notice a lot of guys always complain about with lawn care is, hey, how do I make money with lawn care is obviously the number one question, but how do I make big money cutting grass? Big money making more than $500 a day. The number one thing you're going to need to understand to make money with your lawn care business is this. If you guys can see this, it's quite simply a stopwatch. Now, what do you mean by a stopwatch, Brian? Well, you guys got to understand that every single one of our lawnmowers, for the most part, have an hour meter. And literally the number one pulse that you guys got to measure in productivity with your lawn care business is how many hours in a season are you putting on your lawnmower? So the number one question, like I was kind of getting back to, is why don't I purchase a second lawnmower? Well, here's the case. I even drew a little diagram for you guys. I have two examples here. House A, we'll call it house number 1, house number 2. Over here, these are all the subs that I cut in. Residential, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, right? As you guys can see on average, it takes 24 minutes to cut these lawns. 8 on cutting, 8 on trimming, 8 on blowing. So in an average home, it takes me about 24 minutes to cut these lawns. Now, when I'm going from house to house with 2 or 3 guys, it takes me 8 minutes to cut while one of my guys is trimming for 8 minutes and the other guy is blowing for 8 minutes. Now again, I know I'm gonna be a little bit all over the place, but I want you guys to understand some of my math here. Let's go back to our diagram. Option 2, let's say this is a 1 to 2 acre property. And if you guys can see, to cut that, it may take 45 minutes to an hour. Again, 8 minutes to trim, 8 minutes to blow. So it takes my guys 16 minutes to do some of their work, but 45 minutes to do one of mine. What that means is that I have my guys sitting around, and because they're sitting around, they're not creating revenue, they're not creating profit for me. Now, some of you guys are wondering, how do you cut 30 to 35 lawns a day? Well, again, you only are on your properties for 8 to 10 minutes and you just shuttle around. Some of these guys, they cut 2 or 3 lawns in one subdivision. Other times they cut 2 or 3 lawns over on another side of town. And you know what? They're spending more time driving, in my opinion, than anything else. Let's do some simple math. If you're spending 8 minutes per lawn and you do 30 lawns a day, that's 240 minutes, right guys? That's how we only put 400 to 450 hours on the lawnmower per year. Now, to go back to the question, why haven't I bought another lawnmower? Well, if you guys do the math there, we're working about 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 hours per day with me and 2 guys, me and 3 guys. Basically what I'm trying to say is we've never even tapped out what the mower can do if we had that thing working a solid 30, 35 hours a week. Right now I'm moving my mower about 15 to 20 hours a week, but that's pure optimization. Here's a kind of a stat for you guys. When you look at most lease agreements with most lawnmower companies and you do a new every 2 or a lease program, basically they rate their lawnmower lease rentals, if you will, from 400 to 700 hours. Most of them about 4 to 650. And how do I know that I've never tapped out my lawnmower? Well, we only did 400 hours on my Laser ZX. Now, by the way, that is a significant chunk of change and a significant income, so I'm not trying to downplay that. But I know I haven't tapped out my lawnmower because I have a friend of mine who also does the same thing in the area, and he cuts about 50 to 55 lawns a day. And he puts about 600 hours on his lawnmower a year on a season. I know another guy, he's got a, I think it's called a Toro Grandstand, one of those stand-ons, right? And same thing, 550 hours a season. Here's how you kind of get a little bit more productive. Stay in the same subdivision, try to get as much density as you can. Number 2, get an EFI mower so it's more fuel efficient. Less times to the gas station, less times having to fill up your lawnmower. Get an OCDC chute. There's a reason I keep mentioning in all my videos to a lot of you guys is that OCDC chutes stop you from having to shoot grass all over the place in the flower beds, the sidewalks, and the driveways, which slows down the guy's ability to blow the grass quicker and to get that truck moving to the next lawn. Again, work on route density. Make the transition away from gated yards to yards that are wide open. Again, this is one that I'm kind of curious your guys' thoughts and maybe some of the suggestions you guys have. I see a lot of guys that have walk behind lawn mowers, and if you're not putting hours on those mowers, I question sometimes why you have 2 lawnmowers. Well, I've got properties that I can use the rider for the front and I need the walk behind for the back. Well, unless you're charging a $20 to $30 premium because it's going to take you an extra 20 minutes to do that lawn, it only takes me 8 to 10 minutes to cut a lawn. And by the time you do that backyard for a $10 premium, I already cut 2 more lawns and made $50. And you have a $3,000 to $5,000 asset on your lawnmower, on your trailer, I should say, not moving, not making any money. Get a 60-inch deck. I see a lot of guys with 50, 52s, 56, whatever. I would encourage you to get a 60 as fast as you can. 72 is gonna be a little bit too big. You're not gonna be able to get into tight places, so your guy, again, is gonna be trimming more, and that's gonna cut down on that productivity. Remember, you get paid to put hours on the lawnmower, hours on your equipment. If they're not moving, they're not making any significant money. Chatting to lawn customers, a lot of you guys ask, hey, how do I handle phone calls during the day? Everybody goes to voicemail except for my wife, and everybody gets a phone call back for bids and estimates and all that fun stuff after 5 o'clock, after I finish my day. Same thing with checking your phone and all that fun stuff. I do it, everybody does it, but you'd be very hard pressed to find me twiddling on my phone while we're running, doing $100 per hour worth of work. So let me go back to my map here. The reason why I don't have a second lawnmower is because I haven't tapped out my lawnmower. We can put 500 to 600 hours on it a year. This is the standard property. People ask me, do I cut large acreage? The answer is no. Again, property 1 takes me 24 minutes, 8, 8, and 8. But if I took on a 1 to 2 acre property, again, I'm gonna be spending more time mowing, and if I have one guy, he takes 16 minutes, he's gonna be sitting around for 20 minutes. If I take 2 guys with me, both take 8 minutes, I still have to cut that property for 45 minutes, so they're sitting around for a solid half hour. Well, Brian, you can make 60 to 100 bucks doing 1 to 2 acres, whatever it is, right? True, but I can also make 100 to 150 bucks in that same time frame by doing 8 to 10 minute long lawns. Again, you got to figure out what works best for you guys, but with my routes and the lawn customers that I'm trying to target, I want the exact same lawns in the exact same subdivision. And here's the final kicker. As an example, one subdivision, we have 27 lawns. Across the street, we have 9 more. That's 35 lawns, 36 lawns, whatever it is. We finish that up by 4 o'clock. In the exact same sub, we just earned the HOA. Now, my goal is to get to the point where I have 2 or 3 guys working with me, where one guy's trimming the whole thing, one guy's blowing the whole thing, and I have a lawnmower on it. And that way we can do 35 lawns and the HOA, and that's how you can make upwards of 1,500 bucks in a day. How about that? Guys, I know this video is kind of all over. I wanted to share it to you guys because a lot of you keep asking, Brian, why don't you buy another lawnmower? The real answer is there's no way I'm at the point where I'm gonna be able to put another 500 to 600 hours on a lawnmower without adding 2 to 4 guys total with my whole route, because if I get another lawnmower, there's no way I'm gonna be able to optimize it and put 500 to 600 hours on it per season. Again, a lot of you guys will see these big rigs that have 2 or 3 lawnmowers on them and there's 2 guys with them. Again, I'm not trying to get in anybody's business or, you know, figure out how they run theirs, but I can't imagine them both being able to put 500 to 600 hours a season on those lawnmowers and keep them moving all day long. Another reason why a lot of our competition, a lot of the big companies, they only want the commercial properties is because the same thing. They're gonna drop the gate at an apartment complex, an HOA, those kind of properties, the commercial stuff, and they know the same secret that they're gonna put 500 hours on those lawnmowers per season and keep everybody moving. That's the only way you can make big money, is to keep the mowers moving. So taking calls from customers doesn't make you money. It can bring in new money, but it doesn't make you money. In my opinion, the only thing that makes you money is putting hours on your equipment. And if you have mowers sitting around that aren't moving, they're not making you money. You got to figure that one out. Either stop doing gated backyards or get a guy that can help you and keep them moving. So anyway, sorry for the lengthy video, guys. I hope this one helps. It's kind of a big topic, but that's the reason why I don't have any new lawnmowers. Again, know what your properties are and know what customers you're looking for. This is my 24-minute subdivision style lawn. 888, $25 cut. This right here might be 50 bucks, but my guys are going to be sitting around. So I take these customers all day long. All of these I give away. I don't even touch them. I don't even look for them. I don't even flyer them. These people I don't get back to. Right here this is where I'm optimized, where we can drop the trailer and at 8 in the morning we can cut 25 to 30 lawns in a subdivision, wrap it up by 3 o'clock, and that's how you get to the point where you're making more money in a day than most guys in 2 or 3 days, if not in a week. So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed these tips and secrets, let me know. Shoot the video a big thumbs up if that's the case, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys do that. Guys, I'm curious some of the things that you guys do to make sure that your lawn business is the most optimized and the most profitable and the most productive. What's some of the tools you guys use? How do you guys measure whether or not your business is becoming more successful, more productive, and more profitable? Do me a favor, guys. Maybe this video can be a resource for everyone. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to see what you guys do for your business and what your kind of target customers are and your optimized route is. And let's see if we can't help everybody grow and make the most amount of money that they can in 2017. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.